The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast. The Godwoken were alive, but what of the gods?
We made it. We made it to Act 2. Alive and well, at least our companions and us. And some parts of the crew. But yeah, driftwood.
Solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight stings your eyes. As your eyes adjust, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea air caresses you, and warm sunshine prickles your skin.
Oh, one moment, please. Oh, just a moment.
Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck. It wriggles quickly off the siding and plummets into the sea with a splash.
Do I want to know what that was?
Better.
Concern.
Let's not do that again anytime soon,
What exactly... What happened back there?
Well, we needed to escape, didn't we? So I took us the one place I was quite certain Dallas couldn't follow. I suppose you recognized the Hall of Echoes from those visions you'd had before. Realm of the dead, realm of divinity. I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip.
Oh yeah, what a field trip. Just lacking the permission by my parents. Not really sure, to be honest. I met one of the gods again and they seemed desperate.
Desperate how?
Lavender describes to her everything he saw and heard in the Hall of Echoes. Very interested how she reacted. Smug?
I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that only you could ascend to divinity, after which you felt a cold deep within you.
Now it sounds like it should be very obvious what that means. What does that mean?
Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arched eyebrow.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine?
Well, you know, we're kind of vague about that. Be too easy.
Well, luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help.
Mama Melody.
We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any godwoken worth their salt will know how to perform all these so fantastic feats. You need to go see the Meister.
Well, fitting. I mean, she wanted us to meet them, or her, anyway. So, where exactly can I find this Meister?
She's got one of those things in Driftwood, you know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it. Home, that's it. She's got a home in Driftwood.
What was it called again?
Give me your map. There you are. Tell her I sent you and she'll handle the rest. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Long, but exceedingly interesting.
Melody's so cool.
Now, I must be going, and so must you.
It definitely seems like she has so much of an own agenda doing the whole thing and not just being a seeker and for the greater good, but like personal interest, right? If I may ask, where are you off to?
Shopping.
Seriously? Well, how exactly can I go to shore?
Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Won't that be terribly fun? Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. She'll know how to summon me. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, let's try to manage on our own. Interesting that just part of our party has exclamation marks.
Alexander is gone, but I don't think we've seen the last of him.
Ah, it makes sense. I thought it was like a group conversation, but it's not. Okay, so we have to be fast so they don't vanish. And thanks so much for gifting us up, Juniper. You know, I'm wondering, do you still intend to track Alexander down to fulfill your contract? Didn't seem so sure back when we met him again.
To kill him again? Yes.
Interesting. Why didn't he kill him in the cell?
But more than the contract, I've got questions about what really happened during the war. And I'm not going to let him die until he answers them.
For the answers.
He raises one hand to shield the sun from his eyes and scans the horizon intently.
As far as tracking him down is concerned, right now we're headed for Driftwood. And last I heard, my old pack were camped out near there. If anyone will know who put the contract on Godwoken, it'll be Roost.
It sounds like a good way to find things out, but at the same time it sounds like a suicide mission to go as a group of Godwoken into the den of people, well, trying to kill Godwoken. Yeah, one of us.
Hey, before we dash off into the wild world yonder, I should mention, Malady and I had a talk on the way here.
Lavender noticed a look of concern on Lohse's face. Are you alright?
All right. Oh, sure. It's just Malady mentioned the thing in my head's probably a demon, and that there's someone close to where we're headed who might be able to help me with it.
Demon doesn't really sound good. The question is, what's his agenda with... Why did he even try to kill Sahila? What is he planning for Lohse? Trying to stay positive, Lavender. Just ignore the grave news. Well, yeah, I guess that's great news, right? This is the closest you've been to having answers.
I know, it's great, exciting, terrifying. A heady mixture of all three that makes my stomach feel like it's in a vice. I have to say, having you here makes it all seem possible. We'll be all right, Chief?
And Lavender squeezes her hand. Well, of course we will.
She smiles, her dark eyes glittering.
Well, we better get a move on. I've got a demonologist to find.
It's rather impressive that a place named Reaper's Coast is even less cheerful than it sounds.
Well, doesn't sound like a happy place, right? I got to go now because I got a final exam tomorrow. Oh, all the best for that. Good luck. I will be here soon enough to learn more about the game. Would be lovely to see you again. All the best, and till then.
Then again, I suppose desolate, boring, and covered in fish heads coast doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Ah, and you can see the next times and regular dates down below if you want to see that. We didn't even see anything of Reaper's Coast Fane, but you're already complaining.
Still, here we are. I trust I needn't remind you about our agreement.
Ah, yes, that's, what was it again?
Yes. I feared you may have been thinking about cheese or murder or some other organic hobby.
The two options.
Listen closely. It is vitally important that I gain access to the Magister's cave excavation in the nearby Black Pits.
But, you know, we will head to Driftwood first, just as Melody asked.
Yes, yes. I may not have ears, but I was listening. Although, once you're done with your chores, we have important business at the Black Pits. It is vital that I gain access to that dig site. Once that is understood, I am quite content. Lead on, oh adequate one.
Damn it, is nowhere safe! Red-robed lunatics at sea, those void-woken seedlings in the swamp, it all points to the great acorn. It's coming, Quercus!
Why Great Acorn? I'm still wondering. Why that?
What if it's too late, hmm? What if the Knights of Dre are too far ahead in their plans?
Knights of Dre. What do you mean?
At least here, our shield's ignorance can be forgiven, Quercus. The Knights of Dre do not go out of their way to boast about their existence.
How graceful of you.
You know their order, my friend. Mystic Squirrel Knights, sworn to the great acorn, trying to bring about its return.
The squirrel absent-mindedly runs a paw over Quercus's spine. The air fills with the sound of soft, dusty purring.
They plan to inherit the everlasting forest once the acorn drops, and the world is rid of all giants. They believe that only the arboreal will, and should, survive.
So it's some animals allying with the void? So, how exactly do you plan to combat such a nefarious plan?
I don't know. I am trying, of course. But how does one battle a power like the Great Acorn?
I don't know.
The Knights of Dre are a dangerous, dangerous order. Lunatics with a single-minded devotion to bringing about the end of the world. Together, Quercus, we can develop some magic to save us from the Great Acorn, if our shield can keep us alive. Yes, it has done an admirable job so far.
You're alive.
It certainly lasted longer than I thought it would.
Thanks.
But does it understand that we could be wiped out at any moment? Does it understand the risk?
Yeah, I understand more than you seem to. I am fighting the battles, you know?
It's an idiot, Quercus. Still, it would be a shame to see any harm come to it. Here's a little something I uncovered in my research.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body. Your mind's eye sees new potential spells swirling before it.
Now, listen carefully, Shield. The plan is thus. Do not die.
What? That's a change of plans.
If the shield can hold up its end of the bargain, we might just have a chance to complete our research. We might make it yet, Quercus.
Okay, do not die. I do know if I can do that. I mean, so far we didn't have a game over, actually. Surprisingly. Right? But we reloaded. Oh well. Let's talk about crew.
Hello again. That's twice now you've saved my skin. And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need, maybe. Ma always said I was a great runner.
Oh, certainly I could use a thing or two. Ah, yeah. If you remember my first Let's Play, or even if you don't, I can just tell you, I was like, I don't know, I don't craft. And then I went for the augmenter, because it's actually something nice. And I never took, you have to go back and ask him for it to get it. I never did that. So, let's see if we're actually using it this time. Tormented Souls can also be nice for, I think, improving like equipment. Let's go for that. Let's see if I'm actually going to use it. You know, I was thinking about high quality tormented soul, just for my hobby.
Sure thing. I'll start hunting that down right away. Don't wait up.
That sounds so dangerous. Hey, go fetch some tormented souls for me.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
I wonder if we get to get him a little bit less following of Lucian. Would be nice. Hey Lemke, nice to see you and welcome. How are you? So, what exactly are your plans?
Paradise awaits, my friend.
After hearing so much bad about Reaper's Ghost, paradise?
Not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise Downs. My parents still sow the soil there. And if the Order hadn't called me to its ranks, I'd still call their farm my home. I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of my duty. But I admit, I've been neglectful. I have some wrongs to right.
I mean, sounds kinda nice. You know what's next for you, but what's next for me, do you think?
I expect Malady has an answer to that. It seems she's got it all in hand.
You have quite an interesting relationship. Do you really have to quote Lucian so often?
Only as often as I need his guidance, Godwoken.
Ugh.
When I invoke Lucian's words, I invoke his deeds too. He stood for the defenseless when the Black Ring rose up. For all of us. For my mother, my father.
Gareth's nostalgia lasts for just a moment longer. He composes himself, clears his throat, and waits for your next question.
Let's not talk more about Lucian.
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
I already have some companions. But I think there's no one else to talk to. Except Tarquin. Our not necromancer friend.
I hadn't realized I was in such illustrious company when we met before. Most fascinating, the things I've been hearing about you.
Yeah, of course, you didn't know that we are Godwoken or anything special. So, I am wondering, what did you hear about me?
That you're, how did Malady put it again? A Godwoken. Yes, that's it. Quite remarkable if it's true.
So, does this alter your opinion of me somehow?
Tarquin pauses, taking you in. Genial smile and calculating eyes.
Let's see if it was a smart idea to trust him.
We may not have always seen perfectly eye to eye, but that would be the makings of a truly dull relationship anyway, don't you think?
I don't know. I enjoy some harmony in my relationships. You know, call me old-fashioned, but I kinda prefer to be friends with my friends, you know?
I'm sure I'll win you over, in time.
Are you flirty? You know, quite a few people aboard the ship died during recent ordeals, unfortunately. How is it that you survived?
Why, it was your ally, Malady, who spared me. She claimed that I might be of some use yet. Rather flattering to enjoy the favor of such a powerful being.
Curious. So it really must be useful if Malady went out of her way to protect him. Okay, see. I don't think we need anything. And I think we're also still quite broke. We could go for a nicer shield once again. I really like the reflect 40% of melee damage as water damage trait. It will be very hard to let go of that. Yeah, but the Overlord shield definitely is the best, I think, so far. Give that one to Ifan. Execution, Hydrosophist, Necromancer, Warfare. Still some stuff to sell? I don't think so. Right, let's just take that shield. We're broke enough as it is. And let's not forget to equip it. Would never happen to me, I know. Let's see. Perseverance, dodging. It's sometimes kind of hard to compare, like, what's better? Is like that slight addition to armor better than 5% dodging? Kinda wouldn't say so. I mean, probably could go all out with spreadsheets and everything. But well. Let's leave it at this. Just epic music. We're just going to row to the beach. Reaper's Coast. Ooh. I know that Fane would appreciate it, but why is there poison here?
Here we are, Reaper's Coast. We made it.
You know, you look pensive. Something on your mind?
The hunt, like always. To be godwoken is all well and good, but above all, I've yet to find the Master. Somewhere further inland, Roost Anlon breathes. All I have to do now is pick up his scent and make his last breath worth my while.
I gotta say, I'm kind of worried about this whole quest, cause Ifan wants to talk to Roost Anlon, Sebille wants to talk to Roost Anlon, and we know that Roost Anlon wants to kill all Godwoken. There are way too many things how this quest could go bad very quickly. Yeah, welcome to Act 2, and a huge map. It's actually the longest act in the game, by far. Yeah. Anyway. Can't really say which is the coolest act, they all have amazing parts. Look at this. Why does Beast have a quest marker? Curious. Ah, talk to Beast. You Beast.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter. Besides, there's business to take care of.
You know, I was wondering, what do you make of the gourds, the tree, and, well, everything?
I don't know.
He was the most silent one so far, right? About the whole godly vision thing.
I've never been one for worshipping. I always figured if Duna really existed, he'd show himself. I mean, am I really supposed to ask some invisible dwarf in the sky to grant world peace? Or give me a pony? Yeah, it sounded like a waste of time to me. But, then he showed himself. He said he could help me free our people if I helped him. And I left with more questions than when I started.
So, with all that, what would you suggest to do next?
Malady said this Meister lady's the key, so we follow her lead.
Beast pauses for a moment to consider whether he's forgotten anything important.
I'd also appreciate it if we dealt with this Lohar fella. He's the key to unlocking this mess Justinia's made.
It's my first stream that I've caught. I discovered your YouTube channel last week. Oh, then it's really nice to have you around. Which video did you see first, or for which Let's Play did you find or search for my channel? You know, about the Queen.
I'll stop this operation downfall of hers, all right. And finding Lohar in these parts and dealing with him is the first step in doing just that.
You haven't really told us too much about it, Beast, so far. It'd be helpful. Voice is kind of odd today. I'm sorry for that when it's breaking a little bit. This feels like the beginning of a cold. I hope it's just a weird day. I'm watching your Fane Let's Play of this game. Oh nice, that's actually how I started streaming, like in February. My first Let's Play of this game. But I love it so much, and some people asked for it, that I decided to, well, play it again. It's kind of funny to see everyone doing everything to not touch the poison, and Fane is like, okay, it's fine. Just walk around and explore a little bit. What's that? Baron Prude. Where is that? Okay.
Looky here, Bugs.
Just want to explore this part here first before we go either up or to the right. I don't know if there's something hidden here. Aha. Just wanted to say I'm hearing something. I hope we can save them. Interesting, another sorcerer. We tried. Volatile voidling sounds like something which could explode, which is nice. So, if we maybe can freeze them. Probably not, because we can just use one cold spell. Ah well. At least they are chilled. I just need another cold spell. Hey, your charms. I mean, its charming aura it seems insanely powerful. Hey friends. I think they have to start in the aura to be charmed. Right? Let's have a look. Enemies who move in your aura will be charmed. Okay. That balances it a little bit. Let's just wait. Oh no, it's source infused. Can it do something with that? I don't think so. Ooh. And another. Oh, it didn't explode. Okay. I don't think we need to do the whole summoning thing. I think this fight will be over rather quickly. Ah, come on. We still do it. It's the best. Just imagine how vicious voidling must taste. Poor wolf. Be nice. On the other hand, what's kind of sad about the charming is that they just lose their turn. Oh well. Well. It doesn't work because they count as allies. That sucks. You are no allies. Nice. Cursed fire. Okay, they also seem to be really, really, really slow. Oh well. Let's look at this. I was just looking at the attack. Does it have a long tongue? It's piercing us with that? Oh, come on. Hello, charming friend. All characters. Here we go. Another one. Another. Oh, come on. So close. Ooh, that was kinda easy. And like suspiciously easy. Oh well. I'll take it.
What happened here?
And then again, they were level 9, so kinda power level. It still doesn't really seem like using sorcery is really too closely related to summoning Void Woken. Because I mean, so far, maybe with the exception of the fight against Alexander, there didn't really seem to be any correlation between us using Source and summoning Void Woken. I think that's it for this area. Let's have a look around here. Seems to be a lot of poison near the shore. Oh gosh, we're smelly. What does it do? That's one again. Leggings, awarding retribution and dodging. Look. The armor's way nicer. The dodging is neat, as always. Our current leggings award constitution and wits, and 2 wits. That's quite a bit. And wits are so annoying to actually invest in, because like 1% critical chance is just like, not really worth it, right? At least it feels kind of like a waste. On the other hand, almost twice the amount of armor. Ooh, look at that. 33% chance of dodging. We're gonna take those pants, but I don't think we'll use them. It also reminds me that we have to invest more into leadership of Lohse. Of course, the dodging boon is just nice for everyone. Even Lohse has 10% dodging chance. 14, 14. Kinda decent. Void tainted mackerel. Did the fish get void tainted? I want to know what's in the sea. The kraken. Not the shark.
A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and soulless eyes to you. Its bloody gills open in search of water, but find only air.
Mm. You know, I could just go and drag you back into the water so you could survive.
It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. Its own blood froths at its mouth.
Mm.
No, die here.
Monsters in the water. Monsters in the deep.
And it has to be quite a scary monster for Shark deciding to suffocate rather than to confront them. With your bloodstained teeth in the sea, you should have very little to fear, right?
Monsters bigger. More and more growing.
Looking at the void-tainted fish, I think it's some kind of void woken. They're not gonna drag it into the water against its will. You know, I could put you out of your misery if you like. Better than suffocating.
It looks at you with its cold, flat eyes as if to say, do what you will. Then it turns away and gets back to drowning in the bloody sunshine.
I would say a quick death sounds better than slowly suffocating, right? So, sorry, Shark. Trying to do it quickly. Bloody leg.
A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows.
Oh boy. Poor guy. Poor boy. Oh well. Oh, I gotta say, sharks have a way worse reputation than they deserve. Like, the incidence of sharks harming or killing people is actually really low. For some reason that was really funny. Oh wow, Alistair.